fundamental theorem of algebra states that whatever your highest degree is, which in this case would be x to the fourth, that's going to be the number of zeros you have in this equation. Now, they're not always real. They might be irrational, which is fine. That's real. They might also be the complex number system. But we are looking for 4 different zeros. So in order to do this one, we have to test different factors, usually using the rational root theorem, using it. So remember, you look at the last digit, -8 or 8, it doesn't really matter. And you're testing all the factors of 8, which 1 is a factor of 8, 2 is a factor of 8, 4 is a factor of 8, and 8 is a factor of 8. And you put those over all the factors of the first term, which is 1. So all of these are over just 1 or -1. So we're going to test things like 1, -1, 2, -2, 4, -4, 8, -8. It's going to be a pain, but with our synthetic division skills, it shouldn't be a problem. So we have 1x to the fourth, 1x to the third, 2x squared, 4x, and -8. We got to get it to 0 out. So I know that this has to be +8 over here because -8 plus 8 is 0. So I don't know, let's try 1. Let's see how that works for us. 1 times 1, 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 1 times 8 is 8. 8 plus -8 is 0. Sweet. So 1 is one of our zeros here. So we'll write that as x minus 1. Now think of what's left. This is 1x to the third plus 2x squared plus 4x plus 8. We can ignore the 0 now. So let's test out and see if we can find another 0 off of this. I have 8 back here, so I'm going to need a -8. Now all these are positive, so the only way we're going to get it to a negative over there is with a negative number. So we could try like -1, we could try -2, -4, and -8. Let's go with like -2 initially. So -2 times 1 is -2. 2 plus -2 is 0. -2 times 0 is 0. 4 plus 0 is 4. -2 times 4 is -8. Hey! And 8 minus 8 is 0. So -2 is also a factor. So we can write that as x plus 2, right? Because it would be minus -2. So now think of what's left. This was x to the fourth up here. Then it was down to x to the third. So this is like x squared. So we have 1x squared plus 0x plus 4. That's all we have remaining. So let's write that like that. X squared plus 4. Let me scooch that over here. So this, we have this x equals 1 here. We have the x equals -2. We're trying to figure out these other zeros here. So we could set up an equation x squared plus 4 equals 0 and solve it. So how do you solve that? You subtract the 4. So you'd have x squared equals -4. And then you would square root it. Now you can't square root negative numbers normally, but with the complex number system, you sure can. Yes, sir, can. So the square roots of -4 would be plus or minus 2i. Now that gives us 2 more zeros, plus 2i and minus 2i. So here's how we're going to write our final answer here. We got the x plus 1, or x minus 1, I mean. We got the x plus 2. We've got the x minus 2i. We've got the x plus 2i equals 0. So that is it factored completely, but we just need to list our final answers as zeros. So we would say x equals 0, -2, 2i, and -2i.